लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, हम ऑस्ट्रेलियन इमिग्रेशन के ऊपर आजकल चूंकि बहुत ज़्यादा लोग जो हैं वो क्यूरीज कर रहे हैं, पीपल आर वरीड अबाउट इट कि जी उनके साथ क्या होगा जो ऑस्ट्रेलियन गवर्नमेंट ने कोटा जो है वो रिड्यूस कर दिया है। इसके ऊपर मैं ऑलरेडी एक सेशन कर चुका हुआ हूँ जिसमें मैंने बड़ी डिटेल में एक्सप्लेन किया था कि इज इट समथिंग दैट यू शुड बी वरी अबाउट और इट इज समथिंग यू शुड नॉट बी वरिंग अबाउट। सो आज मैंने आई थॉट के आई नीड टू ब्रिंग इन द ऑस्ट्रेलियन पर्सपेक्टिव। तो आज हमारे साथ हैं मिस्टर वेंकटा तनारी, इफ I'm saying this name correctly. So Mr. Venkata Tanari जो हैं, he is basically born in India but settled in Australia since last so many years. He's by engineer as well, and after that he started working in as a providing services, consultancy services for Australian immigration. He is a MARA registered agent. He is based in Melbourne and having his offices in India and in different countries of the world. So हम उनसे भी कुछ जो है वो लर्न करेंगे और आपके क्वेश्चंस जो होंगे उनको आंसर करने की कोशिश करेंगे as much as possible. So आप डायरेक्टली जो है वो मिस्टर वेंकटा से पूछ सकते हैं कि क्या ऑप्शंस हैं, किस तरह के ऑप्शंस हो सकते हैं और क्या पॉसिबिलिटीज हैं। So welcome Mr. Venkata Tanari.
Yeah, thank you very much for giving an opportunity, to talk to these people. It's a very worrying factor, but I wanted to clear, and you don't need to worry about anything because this is my 23rd year. I've been working as a registered migration agent. I saw
sure. I just gave your brief introduction so that people can understand, but you can you can give proper introduction of yourself as well. So just to set the perspective that if and then we can discuss this thing that if this recent changes that Australian government has made, what is the impact of that, and then what are the future prospects. So please,
okay.
You can over to you.
Okay. Yeah, because I saw so many changes since last 23 years. Okay, every time, every 2-3 years, there is a major shuffling in the migration programs. And especially this year allocation is a lot of panicking from the people of public who really wanted to migrate to Australia. Because we just noticed because they allocated for this year 190,000 and for whole year. Out of this 190,000 70% the skill migration. Okay, I know the reason is and the panicking here because they allocated very few numbers to each state. Okay, don't think that that's going to be a final figure. Okay, they are going to release on installment basis. Okay, because there are some reasons. Okay, because there are some reasons, and that we got a lot of shortage of the case officers, especially during the COVID time. A lot of case officers, they left the job and they just found another employment. Okay, and there is so much backlogs still pending. Okay, and the government is they wanted to clear all the blocks, and also and there are some shortage of the special skilled workers and health professionals, some engineers and all these things. They are giving a little bit of priority for those applications. Okay, and they are taking about so far I've got 600 new case officers. They are under training. Okay, because we got internal news. Actually, this is not something is going to they reduce the quota, especially they haven't allocated any numbers to the business migration. No, it's impossible. Okay, because that number is not going to be a realistic number. They allocated for 190k, only 5,000 visas. They just a shortfall compared with the last year, because 5,000 is nothing. Because last year 195,000, there are a lot of about close more than $5,000 allocated for the New Zealand citizens. Okay, Now they this year they just like separated New Zealand citizens. They're not including in this in this year quota. Okay, so there is no
So
need to panicking, 100%. And very soon, like maybe end of we are expecting like I got internal news like December they're going to allocate like a few more numbers. Okay, and
so
so it will be just like back to normal, because see, Australia without migration is impossible. Australia, because the whole economy is depends on Australia, like my skill migration. Okay,
so
so
so,
this
two things that I can understand from this conversation is that sorry to cut you.
no
Uh,
problem. Go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, one you're saying is that last year the quota is approximately 140,000 people, and last year they 190,000. Last year the quota was 195,000, and major quota went to the New Zealanders because people from the New Zealand, they could also get the Australian immigration, and
That's right.
then
Yeah,
they can get the passport. So
yeah,
one is that, and the second thing is that last year it was 195,000, and this year it is 190,000.
yeah.
And you're saying that due to the delay in processing, they are short on visa officers who are processing the cases, and there is a lot of backlog.
Exactly. Lot of factors. And another thing is there is a flash news actually from tomorrow onwards. There is a visa called COVID visa, subclass 408. Okay, they are abolishing.
408.
Yeah, 408. They are abolishing that visa from onwards. That is actually a positive sign, because the
So,
people, a lot of people, they came to Australia about 2 3 years ago on visit visas, like student visas, like and just they keep applying to stay in Australia for long period using this visa. Now from tomorrow on midnight today onwards, they are abolishing. The meaning of that, okay, they don't need those sort of people. They're not skilled people. They wanted to get rid of those people, because the hundreds of thousands of people, stay in Australia on 408 visa. Okay, so definitely that's going to be another positive sign.
okay, so what is subclass 408 for just for the public understanding of the public? It is
Okay, now
temporary activity
408
visa.
is that is a special visa they introduced for the COVID purpose. Whoever they are in Australia, anyone can, because of the shortage of the workers. Okay, they are giving special permission for the purpose of the COVID. Okay, whoever they are in Australia, and they can get like a job, and they can apply to stay in Australia 1 year, 2 years. They keep extending. See, so it's happening since more than 2 3 years. Okay, and
Okay,
we are expecting that is going to be closed 1st of July, but they didn't do that. And all of a sudden, day before yesterday, the immigration minister they just like legislated that, like no more 408 visa. Okay, that's it. We are ending this 408 visa. Okay, whoever they just like 408 visa, after finishing they have to leave the country.
okay,
Okay, the meaning of that, because a lot of they are going to clear all the backlogs, and they need like a new migrants to come into Australia. They're all skilled people. That's the 408 is like they're not skilled people. They just like simply they come and work, to help the local businesses, and that's it. Like migrants is different, immigration is different. Come people, they come to Australia on a temporary purpose and work and going, leaving the country is different. Okay, this is like well, like a very positive sign that like department is going to open all the cases, like the rest of the and places will be allocated very soon.
so it means the states that got quota is like ACT, they got only 600 allocations for 491 and 600 allocations for 190, whereas last year they had more 491 visas, like almost 2,000. So you mean, and same is happening with the other states like NSW, like NT, like Queensland, like South Australia. So it means that they would be releasing this quota in chunks. One chunk they have given in by December, they may give another chunk, and then after 2 3 months they may give another chunk.
Definitely, we are expecting 3 times. This is the first time. There is 2 more allocations. Is the and the in the is going to be in the future. Definitely, one is definitely in the December or January. The other one is just before next year June. Yeah,
Yeah, if we see that if from now onwards, if the next quota would be allocated, the next chunk that would be released to the states would be in December, then we can expect another chunk that would be released in maybe
yeah.
in
March or
March.
April sometime. Yeah, March or April.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the good news is that it is not that Australian immigration is going to close, or this is the only quota, because most of you are worried about it. We receive so many queries from the existing clients and from the prospective clients who want to initiate the process for Australian immigration. So nothing to worry about. I in my last vlog I said that it is like only uh, total allocation for 2023-2024 is 190,000, which is only 5,000 less than the last year.
Yeah.
And this 190,000 quota is for all the immigration subclasses. For subclass, it is not about for skilled migration only, it is for family migration as well. So so anything else that you want to add, and you can answer the questions as well.
See, basically, even like my past experience, even no state is okay prepared to lose not even 100 visas. Everyone, you know that like every day you got a news in Australia. Every day there is a debates on migration. Every day, because the lot of businesses like they're really struggling here. They're really struggling, because we got internal news like a lot of, because we are getting emails from the different like and business peoples, stakeholders. They said like they're crying like anything. Okay, because finally like 2 days ago, like I saw like one of the documentary from the immigration minister. He says very clearly, no, we are not going to just this country without migration. It's impossible. Okay, because there is a system which we need to follow. Because the main issue is why they are doing that, because the housing crisis. Okay, that's the
Oh,
main reason. Housing crisis, because it is very difficult at this moment to get the like rentals for Australia. It never happened, because of shortfall of like and during the COVID 2 years, the construction everything is stopped. Okay, the construction cost has been and rooftop. Okay, because there is a housing crisis, right, like a problem. And because that is the reason, like, and that's the major issue, because they're not like telling openly, but like, that's the one of the main reason, because there are a lot of like and people like in the opposition later, they're just like saying that like why it's happening, if you bring the lot of people to all of a sudden, where is the revenues here? People, they just like there is no, and and accommodations and all these things. That is the reason, just like for the purpose of this political nonsense, like they said, all right, just like they give, we see like we are allocating only like a 20% at this moment. Okay, I'm sure 100%, not even like they are not going to reduce not even 5,000 visas. That's damn sure. I can put it in writing.
okay.
Mm.
So while discussing with you, it is I am sure that people who are listening to us or watching this session, they must be getting confidence. So one of the comment that I have received, I would like you to answer it. That it is somebody, Umme Aman. Here is the question: how many points we should have to be on safe side for 491 and 190?
Basically, that is not a right question. You know why? Because I advise all my clients. Okay, because it's the competition based. Okay, this is not something like whoever they got a pass mark of 65, everyone gets invitation. It doesn't work like used to be. It's a competition based. What I advise, like every my clients, try to get as much as you can to improve your English, to get it up to get into up to superior score. and go for natty, like all these things. It's all competition. See, and Rizwan, you've been into this industry a long time as well. Okay, last year, in October 20, and October 4th, I still remember the date. Okay, October 4th of October 2022. Okay, like we got invitations for 65 points. Okay, flooded.
Flooded.
Okay, so
Yes,
many
yes,
engineers.
yes, yes, exactly.
I saw
Yeah,
those sort of,
exactly. And
yeah,
I believe engineers, civil engineers, mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, they could not even think of getting an invite on subclass 189 on 65 points. So
exactly.
that was like, so at the same time I always say that immigration is the name of a process. So you
Yeah,
need to be in the pool if you want to be selected. So
yeah,
when opportunity knocks at your door, you need to open the door. You can't tell the opportunity that please hold on, I'm getting ready, my skill assessment is not done, or I have not done the IELTS exam, let me get ready, let me get that done, and then I'll get back to you. Opportunity will knock at the other door. So this
yeah.
I usually say. So you're right.
Mm,
There is no specific answer how many points you should have.
mm.
Ayman, I believe you got the answer that it is not being on the safer side. Try to get as many points as you can. So if you have 5 years of experience, you need to prove that you have 5 years of experience. If you have 10 years of experience, you need to prove that. And if you have 6 band in each module, try to get 7 band in each module. If you're 7 band in each module, try to get 8 band in each module. So try to increase as many points as you can, as Mr. Venkata said, so that will increase your chances substantially to get selected, to get an invitation for 491 or 190 visa. So there are few other comments. People are of course joining, and then they are asking questions. So would you like to take few more comments?
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. Go ahead, go ahead.
All right. And it's here is Mr. Munibur Rahman. I'm 29 years old, done MPhil chemistry at 7 band. Married, I want to apply for immigration for Canada, Australia, or New Zealand. What are my chances?
Hmm. It's all depends on the case to case actually, because we have to assess like in their skills. Okay, if for the individual cases we cannot assess over the phone actually. Yes, there is
Okay.
a MPhil, like we did several cases for the chemist, and chemist is one of the top occupation and a professional occupation in Australia. Of course, to get the skills assessment, there is certain requirement they have to meet. Okay, we will assess the best case to case, because since they have the MPhil and like all these things, this we have to look into that what exactly where he is working, and because I can't see anywhere like what he's doing. He said like he studied like MPhil chemistry with 7 band in general, but that's very limited information. Okay,
Yeah,
so
exactly, exactly,
yeah.
exactly. I agree with you 100%.
Hmm.
That the things vary from occupation to occupation and from person to person. So we need
Hmm.
more details.
Hmm.
Generally, if you are 29 years old, you're claiming full points for your age. You're getting full points for your qualification. So how many years of experience and rest of the things, and experience in which occupation you have. So we need more detail to reach to the answer, a specific answer. So here
Yeah,
is
yeah.
another question for you. It's Mr. Amjad Ali Khan. He is asked about dependent child with a disability. As there any chance of visa and residency in future?
Okay, okay. So disability, it depends, what sort of disability. Okay. And it's all like, so usually if someone, any family member, like if they got any disability, we have to look into that, what extent it is the disability. Okay. Let us give a classic example. We got like, I did several cases for the, who got bypass surgery. Okay. I'm not talking about child in general who got bypass surgery. Okay, we did several cases successfully. Okay, they got heart attack and bypass surgery and like and all these things. We got successful, and cases, many cases. And at the same time, there are some cases like a hepatitis B. Okay, hepatitis B is, heart attack is not like, ongoing disease. It is not going to impact on our taxpayers' money in Australia. Okay, let us say if you take, autism. Okay, children who got autism. Okay, is going to cost, if someone Chinese child got autism, is going to cost like taxpayers' money, like anything, like, millions of dollars. Because those sort of diseases is not acceptable. One failed, all failed. Okay.
Okay, so from what I understood is, just to explain to the audience, if it is kind of some continuous kind of a thing, that kind of disability will result into rejection of visa.
Yes. Yeah,
So,
definitely.
like autism, he has given the example, if you have a child who is autistic child, and Australian government will have to spend millions of dollars on that child. Uh, that child, if he fails the medical exam, then all fail. One fail, all fail means that if he doesn't pass the exam, a medical test, then of course parents also can't get the visa. Probably,
Exactly.
exactly.
And at the same time, he can't exclude the child from the application. Okay, no, I don't care about my child. He's going to stay in Pakistan. Like, and me and my wife want to migrate. They are not going to accept it. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Mr. Venkata, anything else? There are so many questions, but as you said, we can discuss it on case by case basis. We need to have full information before we can give you a conclusive answer that yes, your immigration is possible, or maybe there are some areas that need an improvement. We need to discuss that as well. If you want to add, can you see the comments on your screen as well?
I don't see any comments here, but only the
Let
couple of
me
clients' comments.
let me okay. All right, probably comments I can't share them with you. I need to, but most of the comments say they are about that I have done this, my age is this, my qualification is this. So again, that would be like there is no conclusive answer for that. Uh, so I think if you want to add any other thing, then you can. Otherwise, we can end this session for the
No
moment
problem, no
because
problem, sir.
time
There
you
is one. Yeah, basically, I strongly advise. Okay, whenever you get opportunity, please do it. Okay, but expression of interest, like, if you say like, I only got 65 points, I'm not sure whether I get it or not. No, that's not why the way the Australian immigration works. Okay, so because expression of interest is valid for 2 years. Okay, you don't know when the door will knock you. Okay, so just whenever you get an opportunity, do it. I strongly advise better keep everyone to get the skills assessment done, improve your English. Okay, try to get as much as you can. It doesn't matter, like, even if you have 65 points. Okay, it doesn't mean that your doors are closed. Okay, but still you have the good opportunities. Okay, so see, this is what I do recommend for everyone.
okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, just to wrap up, as Mr. Venkata said, that you need not to worry, even if you are on 65 points. Last year, we have seen this. People got invite on 65 points. People got invite on 491. People got invite on 190, 189 with 65 points only. But having said that, you need to improve your points if you can. If you are currently you are having 6 band in each module, then try to be get 7 in each module. So try as much as possible to increase your points. But as he said that your EUI is not expiring next month. If you submit it today, it is valid for 2 years. So now you have the opportunity to get selected anytime in next 2 years. So just keep the patience and don't lose hope. Hope is the best thing. So keep the hopes high. And as Mr. Venkata said that since he is in Australia, so there must be news roaming around and coming all the time on the TV and in the newspapers. So, and my discussion with the other solicitors in Australia is that yes, nothing to worry. This quota will increase, and as Mr. Venkata said, that yes, the quota will come in chunks. Next chunk maybe in December, and then the next chunk maybe in March or April next year. So, need not to worry about anything. Keeps your hope high, and we Mr. Venkata, if you want to add anything, then you can, or otherwise, let's wrap it up and say goodbye, and we can take you live again in future if you want to, educate our audiences about any other type of visa.
That's no problem. That's fine. All good now. Okay. Just, if any changes or anything massive changes, please let us know. We can make another session and to continue this. No problem. Yeah. All good.
Thank you very much for joining, and
No,
see you again soon, inshallah.
all right. Okay then. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.